Good morning, student. Today we will going through this lesson, that is Gulliver's Travel. Welcome, student. Let us start with this new lessons. A lesson for all. A lesson for all. In these lessons, we have many characters such as newspapers, boy, milkman, hawker, school bus driver, Dr. Sawant. Just later. Here, okay. Uh, Dr. Sawant, Mrs. Patel, a housewife. She is housewife. Mr. Desai, he is a businessman, mayor of the town. He is looking like a real mayor. Mrs. Joshi, okay. She is also a housewife. Then Nidhi and Madhu, Mrs. Joshi's daughter, a school going girl. Here in these lessons, we have also some animals like rabbit, deer, peacock, squirrel, bear, some birds, and some tortoise. Okay, so let us continue or start this lesson to read with having an explanations. A city street early in the morning. So the place we are going to look is the street of the city, okay, and it is a time in early in the morning. uh, in the bracket we have informations about these positions, that is the street is littered with a plastic bag, cartoons, tins, cans, broken glasses, old tires, waste paper balls, bags, and other garbage. Enter Mr. Desai. So here is a drama, okay. So whole city is full of garbage, and whole street also filled with this garbage. Everyone who does not have any uh, care about the city or the uh, place around them. So here whole street is look like a garbage place. Let us continue with the dialogues. That is, Mr. Desai said, he looked into the distance for a while. Okay, why hasn't the newspaper been delivered on a time today? It's 9 o'clock. Almost time to leave for my office. Look out again. Let me ask the Patels if they have received any copy. Goes into the wings and return with Mrs. Patel. Mrs. Patel, no, Mr. Desai, no, Mr. Desai. The newspaper boy hasn't delivered the papers as yet, nor has our milkman turned up. So she is worried about her own problem. That is the up to this time, milkman also not delivered milk to her. Mr. Patel is so grumpy. He is waiting for his morning cup. He is waiting for his morning cup of tea. So he is waiting for a cup of tea, but yet they did not get any milk, or a milkman also not delivered them today's milk. Okay, Mr. Desai, very strange, and look, the state of street is simply shocking. So Mr. Desai worried about the street, which is full of garbage. Mrs. Patel, my word, what's this? Where did all this litter and garbage come from? So they worried that from where this garbage come? From where this garbage come? Enter Mrs. Joshi with her daughter. Mr. Desai, I returned rather late from the office last night, and the street was a bare then. How did all this rubbish gather here overnight? So everyone is worried about the garbage sprayed on the street. Suddenly, Madhu falls and injures her foot, give out a cry of pain. So the Madhu fall down and get hurt by the street, by the ground. Madhu, oh, ouch, my foot, it hurts. Mrs. Joshi said, oh dear, Madhu, are you alright? Oh no, her foot is bleeding so much. Somebody help, please. Mrs. Patel said, Nidhi, run and fetch Mrs. Sawant. Request her to come quickly. Your sister has cut herself on a broken glass bottle. Mr. Desai, I'll get some ice at once. Mrs. Joshi, almost in tears, so she started cry. My poor child, how did all this broken glass happen to be here? So she amazed that how these broken glasses come here. Mrs. Patel said, look around, it's not just a broken glass. But Mrs. Joshi replied to him, dear me, what nonsense this is, unbelievable. Where has all this rubbish come from? So everyone is amazed by this garbage which is spread throughout the road. Dr. Sawant enters with Nidhi. She has a doctor's kit. Dr. Sawant said, let me see the wound. Mr. Desai said, here's some ice to stop the bleeding. So the ice is basically used to stop the bleeding. Okay, stop the bleeding. In the presence of ice, there is no activity by the living by this blood, not by this wound. It not spread, it not let out the blood because of ice. Dr. Sawant said, what presence of mind, good, apply ice on the wound. There now it has stopped bleeding. It's a deep cut. I will dress the wound and she will be fine. Dr. Sawant relaxed the other person's Mrs. Joshi, Dr. Sawant delivered the words of trust that they will cure their baby Madhu. Okay. Mrs. Joshi, thank you, doctor. So kind of you to come at once. Dr. Joshi thanks to the Mrs. Joshi thanks to doctor that he come quickly to see the patient. But I am going to complain to mayor. Have you seen this rubbish a litter on the road? So she she was thinking about the garbage on the street and becomes angry. So she wanted to go to the mayor of the city and to complain. Dr. Sawant said, "Oh, it's a mystery. All this garbage was not yesterday, and now just look." Enter newspaper boy, milkman, and hawker, etc. Mrs. Patel, the mayor must not have seen. Look, the newspaper boy, he is limping. And the milkman at last, why where's your bicycle and why are you so late? Mrs. Patel asked this person's milkman. Milkman said, the tire were punctured. I had to come walking by all the way with this heavy milk can, newspaper boy said, and I tripped over an old tire and sprained my foot. It was quite dark early this morning. I did not expect an old tire right in the middle of the road. So everyone is argued about the position about the situation of the road. Mr. Desai, I see something must be done. Bus driver enters carefully, avoiding the litters. Okay, bus driver, Mrs. Joshi, I am sorry, I can't drive the school bus today. On every road, the street, where there is nothing but litters and litters. So these school bus drivers also become late to get the boys for a school. So he argued with Mrs. Joshi and sorry for the late. And he argued about the situation on the road that's spreading all over the garbage. This garbage looks like an obstacle race course. Mrs. Joshi, I know. I am going to send for the mayor at once. He must see this. Our children are not safe with all this garbage. Broken objects around. Hawker said, no one is safe. Let us request a mayor to come and see for himself. Mr. Desai, I'll fetch him and exit. Enter again with the mayor, his retinue. Mayor annoyed. Unbelievable, shocking. How do you expect people to walk through all this rubbish? Why don't you all dispose the garbage properly, Mrs. Patel? But we do, Mr. Mayor. We gave our garbage to the garbage collector. Mrs. Joshi: yes, we don't litter out street like this, Mr. Desai said, or we take it to the dumping ground near the riverside away from here. The rain then wash it away, Mrs. Patel said, or the wind blows it away. They started to giving the statement and justify that they put this garbage in a proper way. Mrs. Patel said, Mayor said, then how did it come back into the town overnight? Bus driver said, that's the problem. Nobody knows how it got here. It's a mystery. So everyone amazed that how this garbage comes back on the street. Newspaper boy said, it looked like someone has done it purposely to spoil our town. So he started to blaming someone that they did not know, and that unknown man spread this garbage on the road. Mrs. Joshi: and endanger our children, milkman, and hinder our daily work. Mayor said, we will not tolerate this. I must look into this. I will not spare anyone who has done this, who is responsible for this mess. So here we started this lesson, that is about the city state. That is a lesson for all. Here is a drama. In this drama there are many characters played their role and having the dialogues with each other. It is about the situations of the city. Okay, situations of the city. So we will look further in of these lessons with an explanations into the next lecture.